Shalom, giving all the praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Ruchakwadash. Double honors to the elder apostles of the great millstone who rule well, and as always, peace and salutations to all the fellow laborers, the teachers, the prophets, the apostles, all the brothers laboring in his work, giving all diligence. Shalom with thumb to you, and also to the Akwaf, the sisters that are also subscribed, listening, and learning. Shalom with thumb. And I just want to bring out some information. And this is dealing with what they're trying to roll out in the state of Utah and various other states, where this devil is introducing a new form of identification. All right. Basically, on your new identification or your driver's license, normally you would have a card. If you got pulled over, you hand them your ID and they run it through the system. Well, now with Esau, merging everything with his digital technology, now they want to bring out a digital driver's license. All right. And the further they go with this, the more you're gonna find yourselves, without any privacy. You know, all your information will be disclosed, will be out in the open. And once that happens, you can basically accept that we're in a new phase, a new system. You see, and everything's becoming Orwellian. And when you look up what Orwellian mean, it says Orwellian is an objective adjective describing a situation, idea, or societal condition that George Orwell identified as being destructive to the welfare of a free and open society. In other words, a dystopia. And what Esau is trying to create is a dystopia on steroids. All right. So this man, he's not going to stop until the Lord, comes back and regulate. To quote Psalms 140 in verse 8, grant not, O Lord, the desires of the wicked, further not his wicked device, lest they exalt themselves. All right, because this devil, he's going to magnify himself, with the more success that he has, and rolling out, these this new technocracy, where he's going to have major, complete digital and virtual control over the masses. So without further ado, let's replay this real quick.
Digital driver's licenses and IDs are coming to Utah. Fox 13 tech reporter Jordan Hogan has more on how soon we can expect these and how they'll protect your privacy.
Utah's driver license division is set to start a pilot with mobile driver's licenses and IDs. The mobile IDs will be stored on an app which is being called Secure by the division's director, Chris Karras.
We wanted to make sure the technology was at a place that it really could facilitate that level of security. And we believe that it's at that stage now.
This will change the way Utahns travel, bank, buy alcohol, and comply with traffic stops. A big difference to the physical licenses or ID cards is you can choose what information you share. For example, the digital ID would let you verify your age without giving away your home address, or vice versa.
The mobile credential lets you facilitate the transaction, but only share what's necessary for it so that you get some control back over your data.
Right now it's being tested with 100 people to start, but the DLD hopes to open the pilot to as many as 10,000 Utahns by mid to late summer. The driver license division has until January 1st, 2022 to be ready to start making the digital licenses unless they show that the pilot has been unsuccessful.
But I don't see it in the near future changing the actual cost of renewing your driver's license. But if you choose to go with the application, there is a small additional fee for that.
The results of the pilot will be shared with the legislature, which will determine whether or not to roll out the mobile ID statewide. Jordan Hogan, Fox 13 News, Utah.
You see what this devil does is when he does roll out and introduce, a new system or new technology, he always finds a way to, make it sound wholesome. You know, he tries to downplay its effect. Um, and I mean, you could just see the way they were explaining. You know, they were trying to make it seem as if, you know, it's not going to be a harmful thing because you'll be able to, uh, you know, you can hide certain information. You know, you'll still have um, privacy. You'll still have the right to privacy. You can only display what you want to display. Um, it sounds good, but they're not telling you the full truth. That's why you can never trust this devil, man. All right. Now, the state of Florida has also adopted this new license.
As of tonight, you can get Florida's digital driver's license app, and it should be fully operational later this month. If you want it now, search for Florida Smart ID in your app store. The state is taking steps to make sure the app is secure and that police have the proper equipment to read the information. An education campaign is coming soon as well. As of tonight,
So, you know, before you know it, you know, all these different states are going to start adopting, you know, this new form of identification. Because you already see where they're going with it. Everything is becoming digital. All right. Esau's trying to create this digital, virtual, artificial world where he will have complete control and the power, and you be trapped up in it. You know, with no privacy, you know, no freedom, no nothing. Okay. And this is from Blacklisted News. It says and this is what they left out of the mainstream reporting. This is what they didn't tell you. It says the new digital driver's license will include your job status, may eventually include your credit score, travel records, and social credit score. And which, you know, that's the system that's going on in China. All right, where everything that you do is going to be judged on a social credit score, and that'll uh, determine, you know, whether you'll have, you know, sufficient amount of points to be able to partake in society and having, you know, success to certain amenities and services. All right, so this is how this devil want to create it all across the board. All right, it says you can see the picture. It says what are the digital driver's licenses? Digital driver's license, and this is in Utah. Is one of the best states for DDL 2022. It will be fully, it will be launched fully. Below are some items that will be tracked or it can be added at a later time. So this is basically what they're going to be working on after they just introduce, you know, the idea of this new technology. Health records, job records, financial records, credit scores, travel records, taxes, vehicle registration, spending. So this is going to be your new slave paper. It's just going to be digitized. All right. Now, interestingly, you know, when you go over to, you know, the mark of the beast, the MOTB, let's go there real quick. And this devil, he's, you know, he's very clever, man. He's good at gradually setting the tone for what he really wants established, you know. So he'll introduce all type of technology, but it's still leading you towards, you know, the pathway of the charagma. All right, this is Revelation 13 and 15, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. Meaning, if you ain't in compliance with everything that this man is trying to do, you're going to be separated and eventually cut off to the point of, you know, if he has to either put you, you know, in confinement in a prison, a concentration camp, or quarantine, or whatever he does to you, or he kills you, puts you to death. All right, that's what it's gonna eventually end up being. All right, because this devil, I mean, this is that same dragon going back to the Roman Empire. Tells you up above that he would be given power and authority. And with that is an abuse of authority. Because this is complete lordship, complete dominance, man. All right. When you read Revelation 13:2, it says, "And the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard," because this beast originated with the Greek Empire, which was stemmed from that. It segued into the Roman Empire. It became stronger because it was dominated by the same nation, which was Esau, right? And his feet were as a feet of a bear, which represents the end of this man's power structure, the Russians, because they're going to be the ones that's going to be raised up to fight against the beast. It says, "In his mouth as the mouth of a lion, and the dragon gave him his power," all right, "and his seat and great authority." So Esau has all the authority right now, all right. He has the regal power to grant you privileges, rights, judicial power. He has it all. He has the power to write law, mandates, and all he's going to do is abuse it with more oppression, bringing forth a new totalitarian dystopian world. So going back, dealing with the mark, it says, "And he calls of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name." And we always, go through this, the word charagma, right? All right, and we already know what it's going into. Ultimately, it's going to be a device that's going to be implanted into you, and it's going to act as a badge of servitude. All right. Now, when you go to the root words, it goes back to karax, a pale, a stake, a palisade, and then when you go to the next one, charaso, and then you go down to it goes back to grapho, and grapho means what? Down here it says to commit to writing things not to be forgotten, write down, record. You see, and your identification comes with your records. All right, everything about you, your address, where you live. All right, you have a specific number. Well, Esau, he's going to put his number upon you, and that's going to be the identifier. All right, but guess what? Not only just that, your health records, your jab record, your financial records. All right, that's your buying and selling. Your credit scores, your travel records, taxes, vehicle registration, spending. So everything about you is going to be starting on this new identification device. So we know gradually he's gonna move even forward. You're gonna have to get that implant, man. So hey, as 2 Corinthians 2:11, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we're not ignorant of his devices, man. This devil is real crafty, and he's very good at trying to downplay, you know, things that he really wants to introduce to you, as if it's gonna be something beneficial, or it's gonna be convenient. All right. So it says. It says a new digital driver's license is currently in the works in Utah and other states. The program will include your driver's license info and your DVOC 119 status. This will be tracked by the government and available to government employees. You know, so he wants to track your every move. It's all based on biometrics. says down here, says this will be the end of individual rights as we know it. Don't count on the fickle Supreme Court to help you. If the totalitarians are able to implement this, you will no longer have any rights in America. It is the China model at work here in the US, and globalists love it. Yeah, and we've been saying that. All right, that China model, going back to that social credit score, and they showed you that in that episode from Black Mirror. All right, you basically your your ability to be able to have access to certain amenities and services is going to be graded. Is going to be based on your compliance. You know, if you're falling in line with their dictatorship, and if you go against the grain, they will strip those amenities from you. Those privileges, they'll take it from you. So yeah, the globalists definitely love it, but they're going to tell you no. It's you're going to be able to have your right of privacy. You can use the app, and you can only show your name. You ain't got to show your address. You ain't got to do this. But they ain't telling you what they're going to add to the future. This devil uses gradualism, man. And then it says Mississippi is also discussing the mobile ID program, and already their car will contain information from your driver's license and jab status. All right, so hey, we getting there, man. You know, and that's another reason why we must hasten the coming of the day of the Lord. You got guys they're really teaching their own people to get all cozy and comfortable. You know, like we have time to live in this society and forward ourselves, man. No, we got to get the hell up out of here. All right, I rise you in the park, for this is not your rest, for it is greatly polluted. It will destroy you with a sword destruction, man. I couldn't imagine living like that, but you know, you got certain dudes out there. They out there for filthy lucre, man. All right, but we're not going to be comfortable because this is not our rest. This is complete abuse of authority and power. But this devil's not going to stop until the Lord comes back. All right. So I'll leave a link to this in the description box so that y'all can read it. Because ultimately, let me get a quick script. Let's go to Job. I think it's 27. Let me jump down to. All right. Let me hold up. Let me go here real quick, because ultimately this is captivity, man. Job 13 and 27. Here it is, and it says, You put my feet in stocks. You examine all my paths. You trace all my footprints. This is Big Brother, man. He wants to watch over your every move. He's like it tells you in Isaiah 29. The watcher, for iniquity. They try to make you an offender for a word. All right. So this devil, he's oppressing. He's coming down with that, with the hammer, man. Total oppression. All right. So this man got to be stopped. And let me get Psalms 7 and 9. And it says, "Oh, let the wickedness of the wicked come to an end, but establish the just, for the righteous power trieth the hearts and reigns." Yeah, we can't wait for this to come to an end, man. All right. And let me get Psalms 140 and 8. And it says, "Grant not, O Yahweh, the desires of the wicked, further not his wicked device, lest they exalt themselves." Salah. Because this is this is a wicked device, for him to have more authoritative control. All right. So, that's pretty much the point. I just want to go into that. And Lord willing, y'all were edified. I'm gonna give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. To the next lesson, Shalom.